Good morning. Old Fisherman back with you again. Lake Monticello people. I want to show you a catfish I just caught. If I can get him in my hand. The size of that sucker there. Huh? What? Old blue. We've caught several catfish. We've caught several jumbo magnum perches. Hey, and we get ready to go home. They really ain't eating it up. I caught over 100 fish, but I haven't caught the big ones. Hey, we're stopping at a new place, and we gonna throw it back out and see if we can catch a couple more before we go home on Lake Monticello. Hey, bear with me. The fish this morning when we got out here, it was really windy, and I got to turn the doggone fish finder again. It was really windy, so we had a hard time holding the boat. Now, when we caught a lot of fish, it just wasn't the size I was wanting. I've got 25 or 30, but now it's got doggone calm. It's still a little breeze, not much. And we're pulling back over here where we caught it this morning. Got Looney out here. Try to make a video. I've made a couple videos, but I don't think none of them was good because it was so doggone windy. You couldn't hardly hold the boat. It was that bad. And I'm hoping we can get on a little spot here and catch a couple on film before I go home. I want to pay a shout out to Danny Hendricks from, I think he said he was from Paisley. I'm not sure. But anyhow, he's upstate South Carolina. And coming all the way to my house and buying 2 t-shirts yesterday. You got to love that, good fan like that. Danny, appreciate it. And his wife, both of them, they fine people. Good to meet Danny. Danny Hendricks. And I'm thinking he said Paisley, but I'm not sure. But anyhow, up and upstate somewhere. But he drove many miles to get to my house yesterday. He wanted to see where I live. And that was a good encounter. Appreciate that, Danny. And we're having a hard time today. Yesterday it was so windy, but we caught more fish yesterday than I've caught. And it's already lunch. Time for me to go home. I've tried to make a couple videos, but really, I caught a lot of little ones. Just can't get on the big ones. For some reason, today is a whole different ball game than yesterday and the day before. It was windy yesterday and the day before, and we caught them. It was windy this morning, and they bit a little bit, and they kind of calmed down. They kind of quit. Now, the breeze is starting to pick up a little bit again. Maybe we can catch a couple. I don't know. I tell you, these doggone fish, you own them, and then they'll quit biting, and then you got to get back on them. You got to get them stirred up is the problem. They're laying all over them bottoms out there, but you got to get them where they're ready to bite. And you got to get them stirred up, beating the boat, and all that kind of stuff. I got all kind of shad on them at 50, well, actually 62 foot. A whole group of shad under there, so there's a lot of bait out there. I bet I threw back 100 fish today. I've never seen to beat in my life a little fish. Just not the jumbo magnums, hey, and that's the problem. And but I want to thank all of my fans. I got to go by the post office on the way home today. I got another shirt going. In fact, I got 2 shirts going out. And great fans, let me tell you, you got to love great fans. And hopes I can continue this, and hope that it keeps growing, and hopes it helps some people catch some fish. And I try to do it to be something special, something different than what the norm is out there. We try to do live shows. Sometimes it's very difficult to do a live show when the fish is not biting. It'd be pretty easy to have a pause button and go on till I got in them again and reopen it, but I don't do that. And one day I might have to do that, but to keep on going. But right now it's all live action, and that's what makes it so inviting to look at, because it's real. It ain't fake. It ain't taking 2 days to make a video or all day to make one video. And sometimes when I made a video and I keep catching them, if I could have pieced everything together, you talking about a video, oh my. And it can, you know, most people do that. I just don't, I do it with a phone. I don't do it with a GoPro. And I like the old phone situation. It's easy for me to handle. I got it where it sets up there real easy. And it ain't a lot of aggravation. And it works for me. And I don't have to go home and do a bunch of editing. I don't have time for all that. Now, if it was big enough that I had somebody doing all that, I could do it. But it ain't. I don't have time for all that. And to have a daily show, have it out that night, the same day that you done it, is very special, people. I don't know of anybody else doing that. I don't know of anybody else that can do that. And it's hard to do that with crappies and any other kind of fish. I've got some crappie videos, but it's slow. And I've got catfish videos that's pretty fast. But perch is the easiest fish to do that with if you can get on them. Being able to pinpoint right down on top of them and catch them like that. And it's a lot easier doing that than it is the other methods, casting and what have you. So I can understand why most people got them GoPros on their chest and they mash the button when they get a bite. But anybody can do that, my goodness. But once you got your show going, you keep it going. And I can understand having to do that. Because a lot of the fellas couldn't catch fish fast enough for you to be interested. They don't do a lot of talking. So it's hard to keep you focused on something that's not a little bit interested in catching fish and talking. So you got to have it all and put it all together. And that's hard to do. And you got to be able to talk from the heart. And you can't script all this. You just talk what's coming to your mind and hope it comes out all right. And that's the way it is. But hey, we just got a bite finally. I didn't know if we was gonna get a bite there for a little bit. Old Fisherman has got a jumbo super dog magnum on as we speak, and Looney is trying to get him off my hook. Looney is trying to get him off my hook. Super dog magnum, you got to love it. The Old Fisherman is still loving life and catching fish. And guess what? You took my doggone tail off my jig. I got to reach in my box and get me another doggone jig with one fish. What I got to do, boy, I can tell you what, I need to go buy some jigs. I don't have about a half a dozen in this little back box, and some of them's crooked. I tell you, I don't like a crooked jig, people. I like jigs to be straight. These guys that package these jigs ought to put them in a package where they lay it straight instead of being all crooked up, because crooked up ain't good. You bait companies, you just throw them in a bag and ship them off. Well, I mean, you're selling them, and I reckon it works, and I'm catching them with them, but it sure is, you got to pick through them to get what you want for as a jig. If you don't pick through them, you get a crooked jig. Now, if you got a crooked one, you can straighten it out in the package, and after the heat gets to it, it'll straighten it out, I guess. But hey, it's cold weather, ain't much heat out here now. And I'm having crooked jigs. But anyhow, hey, Old Fisherman's back at it again. Lake Monticello, loving life. Looney ain't getting a fish to eat. He's already got enough today. I done fed him 20, 25 a piece. My goodness. They done eat till they can't eat no more. They're still wanting to dive down and take my fish off the hook. They don't never get enough. My goodness. What? Never get enough. You can't satisfy Looney. That's an endless feeding. But anyhow, hey, you got to love that. You got to love we just caught a fish. Maybe we'll get another. Maybe we'll catch another. Jumbo magnum. Let me tell you people, I'm loving life whether they bite or not. Miss Pearlie, we loving life whether they bite or not. Keep a good frame of mind and a good heart and your life will be better. Hey, a good frame of mind and a good heart is what it's all about. And be a pleasure to be around somebody and don't be grumpy. Hey, and everything will go your way. And if you still got your parents living, go see them. Or at least have contact with them. It's important to them people. You kids out there that want to leave the house and you don't even call your mom and daddy once a month, that's pitiful. That's all I got to say about it. Pitiful. Hey, now I can say no more about that, but you need to stay in contact with your mom and daddy. You're going to wake up one day and they're going to be gone, and it's going to be too late, and you're going to sit there and wish why, and wonder to yourself, why didn't I have more contact with my mom and daddy? Why didn't I pay them a little bit more attention and help them out when they might have needed it? It's sad that people do that. You kids out there need to wake up and smell the roses. Be faithful to your mom and daddy. If nobody else be faithful to your mom and daddy and God, just tell you, you got to do what's right, people, or come back and haunt you. Karma will get you. If you don't pay no attention to your mom and daddy, you have children, they do the same thing to you, that's karma. So you better do it to be right, where karma won't get you and you had to pay the price. I reckon I'm being ugly, but it's the truth. My goodness. Anyhow, hey, you got to love life today. Everything's so modern. You got cell phones to take videos of fishing trips. You can talk. I remember thinking, man, I wonder how it would be to have a phone. A phone in my pocket at all times. I remember going to a pay phone to make a call. Hey, that's a long time ago now. I bet a lot of you don't even know you used to dim lights in a car mashing a button on the floorboard. I bet y'all don't know nothing about that. Hey, it's funny. You wake up one day and you done got old and start remembering how old you really are and how many things you done. And then you start saying, what happened to my life? It's gone. Or maybe it ain't gone, but it sure is getting away. And hey, that's why it's so important. Enjoy every day and do the right things. Visit your mom and daddy and make contact. Ain't nothing but call them if you can't visit them. Call them. Hey, with today's technology, it's easy to get in touch with your mom and daddy. But anyhow, help them out if they need help and don't abandon them. And there goes, we just had a whopper fish. Hey, that fish, I didn't even budge. He went the other way and pulled loose. Big old catfish, what it was. It was a big one, let me tell you. You get that line kind of trolling behind you, across the bottom, it's sliding across the bottom and wiggling. Old big cat will grab it. And that's some big cats. That was a big fish right there. That might have been one of them 30, 40 pounders because he was heavy when he thumped it. I'm thinking, what? Can't be Loney, it was too deep. I thought maybe for a second I might have caught Loney, but it was too deep, it was on the bottom. Loney ain't down there. Now that was a big fish. Man, that felt like a hooked over a stump, but the stump wasn't moving. Hey, I'd like to sing that one. I bet you got slime on the line just that little bit of time. Bet you got slime on the line. Hear that little spoon? Them old catfish now, they got a thick skinned mouth. And if you don't set the hook real good, you won't plant no hook in it. I better pull it up and see if I got any slime on it. He might have, I think he messed my spoon up. I think he's got my spoon twisted. That's what it is. He caught it and spin, yep, he got my spoon twisted. And yep, there's a little slime on it right there. So it was a catfish. It was definitely a catfish. Drop back down, see if we can get another. Hey, we ain't catching many, but we're having a good time. And at least the wind calmed down a little bit. And I was able to take my doggone stocking head off. But it was cold this morning, people. It was a low 20s. All right, Loney, we need some fish. Where's my fish? I tell you what, let's see what, I can't hardly see my doggone camera. I mean, my fish finder. 58 foot, that's a little shallow. But we're gonna beat the boat, see if we can stir something up. Stir something up. See if we can get one more or two. There's one. There's one. Already. Stir it up that quick. Amazing. Beat the boat and get an immediate bite. Can't beat it. Hey, maybe the jumbo madams move in. I tell you what, there was enough small fish in here earlier. My goodness, I was catching one right after another. Babies. That wasn't no jumbo madam, but he's close enough to keep. throw it back out and see if we can catch another. We got to stir them up. The key is stirring them up. You get them stirred up, you start catching them, more come. That's the key. Stir them up, start catching, more come. Lake Monticello, loving life. And hey, go to buy your t-shirt, stevecarmelina.com. They're running out, people. They're running out. We got to make a decision whether we're going to buy some more different types, different colors, different logos, or something. We had to come up with something different, but I'm thinking about it. Maybe some hats. I wouldn't mind having a couple Old Fisherman hats. Let me tell you, this shipping is eating me alive. I don't mind telling you. And to go to ship a hat, that thing be flat by the time it got there. I don't know how you're going to ship a hat. I'm going to have to figure that out. But, hey, it'll flatten it up. Oh, in the mail. That's a good one. Uh-oh, that sucker got off. What? That was a good fish, too. That's 2 good fish straight out of lost. I believe that was another catfish. Hey, I believe that was another catfish. What? Look at that. That's a nut. A nut and grab it. Hey, them jumbo magnums might be starting to bite now. What? Them jumbo magnums might be starting to bite now. And you got to love it. Loney's diving down. I got 5 loons on me, and they won't. Caught him in the bottom of the lip. He ain't that big. Caught him a snag hooked him. Hey, that's okay. We got him. Loney, you can't have him. Loney's getting really aggressive. Yesterday on the way home, I hooked old Loney, and he pulled off, thank God. Or we'd have had a fight on our hand right here on camera. Yes, sir, right on camera. Them fish are down there, people. I see all kind of fish stirring up. Just that beating that boat brought them in. I tell you, it works when you're 60 foot of water to beat that boat. It stirs these fish up. It wakes them up. They think something's going on, and they come in to see what's going on. And these loons, when they'll get around here and they feeding on doggone a bunch of shad, they diving and splashing and going on, and I think that calls the fish under them. What I think. That's what I think. The splashing and diving triggers the daggone perch to get under that spot thinking shad's gonna come down. Is what I think's happening when you beat on the boat. All right. We need a fish. Hey, we need a fish. We need to circle that boat and catch us a fish. Let's circle the Carmelina circle swing. See, there was a bump. There was a bump. We're going to swing the boat. You swing the boat, it works. See that? Oh, Lord, I missed it. That swinging that boat, buddy, works. I don't care what anybody says. It works. It makes them fish bite that wouldn't bite, pulling it straight or up and down. It'll trigger a strike 9 out of 10 times. They hit, see that? Oh, I'm missing them. They hit, but I'm missing them. Hey, we making a circle and we making that thing slide on the bottom and we stirring stuff up down there on that bottom with that spoon. Now, I ain't too sure a heavy spoon ain't the best. A real heavy one. Where it's dragging and bumping and beating and framming and going on and making noise down there. And then they pick up that jig. Loney, you better watch out the way you're getting mighty close, ain't you? That Loney. I wish I could teach him to get up here on my boat and sit here while I fish. Now, that'd be something, wouldn't it? Right now, I get some hits then. Everybody be wanting to see Loney's an old sidekick, Loney. Like I said the other day, the Lone Ranger in Tonto. And that might be my Tonto. A lot of you people don't even remember the Lone Ranger, do you? Oh, God. Oh, God. I bet you don't even, a lot of you people don't even remember when people used to pump your gas for you at the filling station. What? Change the oil. Man, when I was a kid, that's what I done. I said it before. I sat there on the daggone bench in front of the station. Somebody drive up, might not be but one customer an hour. You get out there, you wash your windshield. You change the daggone oil that they needed changed. You added oil, you checked the oil. You done all that stuff. You check the fluids in the containers, like the windshield wiper washer material. Oh, there's a bite. There's a bite. You checked all of that and you washed your windshield, pumped the gas for them. I remember them days. Boy, what? That's been a long time ago. That's a jumbo super dog magnum. What? A jumbo super dog magnum. Oh, Lake Monticello. Yes, sir. Them was the good old days. It was the good old days. Somebody get a flat in the tire. We had a daggone tire breaking machine. You break the tire off the rim and you patched it. Back then, all the tires had tubes in them. You get a hold of the tire back then, you patched the tube. Had tube patches. What you done? Boy, that's a long time ago. Now tires don't even have tubes in them. Most of them. Hi, we need some fish. We need some daggone super dog Monticello white perch. What we need. What we need. Hey, I believe there's something out there too. I believe. And you got to believe for it to happen. I'm telling you, you got to believe fishing. If you don't believe, it ain't going to happen. If you don't focus, it ain't going to happen. So you got to believe and you got to make it happen. You got to get excited, just like them fishing got to get excited about biting. So you got to excite them up. Just like when you get in the house and your dogs come running up to you, you excite them up because you're talking dog talk to them. Hey, you got to do the same thing with these fish, but my dog talk to these fish, boy, that's a little one, is beating the boat. So that excites them up. So, hey, fish ain't no different than animals. You talk sweet to them and get them all hyped up, they go to wiggling their tail. Hey, that's what it's all about, people. Same way with fishing. You got to excite them, especially these perch. You got to excite them. I don't know why I'm tying so much knots today, but I am. It's driving me nuts. But I am getting in knots over and over today. Something about this jig ain't running right today. And that's fact, Jack. It ain't running right, it don't act right. It twists your line. Oh, the hook's all crooked. Sometime or another, I done took the doggone jig off and twisted my doggone hook up. What's wrong? What's wrong? Lake Monticello trying to catch a jumbo magnum white perch. Talking trash. Boy, when I was a little kid, my daddy baited trot lines. I've said this before, I don't know if y'all heard it, but I'll say it again. He used to put me on the bank and I'd take a doggone top water plug, devil's horse, sugar spook or devil's horse and cast the bank from the bank. Wasn't any houses then, so you could walk for miles just walking in the bank. Wade out in the water and cast in the coves and catch bass. I'd have a string of bass hanging on my belt. By the time he'd come back to pick me up, he'd be out there baiting his trot lines. He baited trot lines in Lake Murray. We sold catfish at the filling station in the meat counter. We had a meat counter with bologna and cheese and all that in, like them old-timey stores. Well, that's what we had, an old-timey store. The hard candy, the ice cream box, all that stuff. We had all that stuff. Hey, and we had a good life. It was simple. Everything was so simple compared to now. Now everybody's in such a hurry, and they got to be with all the debt they in to make money. Back then, you didn't have to worry about driving to make a bunch of money. I mean, and killing yourself. I mean, you worked hard, but you didn't have a lot to spend it on, and everything didn't cost so much. The luxuries of life now has put you in a category now where you got to work like crazy to make a living and live within the standards of everybody else. And that's a good thing, I guess, to have all that stuff, but it's a bad thing to push yourself into debt and make yourself be a slave to a job that you might not even want and not even enjoy your life because you think you got to have more than you can afford. That's what I'm trying to say. But it costs a lot to live. Everybody's got to get a good job. So I'm telling you right now, all you guys out there don't want to go to college, you got to do it. You won't ever make that. There's a few out there, it might be 1 out of 10 that don't go to college that ends up doing good. But most of the time, and a lot of them that go to college ends up can't even get a job. So, hey, it's a battle. And then you get in debt with college loans. I hate to see that happen too. So it's tough. It's tough nowadays. can't even get a job if you ain't got a college degree or some kind of good, decent degree. So, hey, you got to do it. They force you into, and then you got a big debt to start off with in your life. So that's sad, people. But hey, I wish that's one thing they need to change. They need to change and make somehow, instead of giving everybody across seas all our money, they need to be focusing on sending all the kids to college for nothing, where they can have a better life and the economy would probably be better. Somehow or another, there ought to be something set up to be free college if you want it to go. Some people just not college material. Some people don't know if they're college material. But, you know, some people don't know how to apply themselves to know what they know. You can take somebody you think he's dumb as a rock, and he might be the smartest one around. He just ain't applying himself. So people, don't think you ain't got intelligence to do anything. If you put your mind to it, you can do anything. It's just a matter of putting your mind to it and stay focused and believe in yourself, and you can do anything in life, and you can succeed. I guarantee you on that. You can succeed if you apply yourself. A lot of people don't know how to apply themselves. Don't have a clue. So you got to learn how to do that. We catching a few fish and doing a lot of talking. What we doing? On Lake Monticello, and Looney's after my fish. You can tell when that fish gets up toward Looney, he sees him. That junker goes to pulling like crazy to get away from that loon. He don't want no part of Looney. He don't want no part of Mr. Looney. Mr. Looney will put a lip on him. And that fish knows it. Remember what I tell y'all. Anybody can do what they desire to do. If you got the drive and you got the determination and you believe in yourself, you can have what you want to have. But you got the most important thing is make a plan and work a plan to get where you want to be. Make a plan, work the plan to get where you want to be. You can't just go out and do anything without a plan. I got a plan every day when I go fishing what I'm going to do with these fish before I even get here. I got it in my head what I'm going to do each day catching these doggone fish. I got a plan for Looney. I'm going to feed him a couple fish. That's my plan for the day. You wake up, you make a plan, you work a plan, you think ahead. The key thing in life is thinking ahead. It amazes me people will call up if they want some fish or something. Hey, got any fish? I'm having a fish fry. When you have it? In an hour. Got to plan ahead a little bit more than that. I might be over here on the lake. How am I going to give me any fish if you're going to have it within an hour? So you make a plan. You plan your days ahead. I learned that in the electrical trade. If you don't plan your work and plan, it's that apple. You get on a big job or any kind of thing, you got to bite off a piece of the apple at a time. You can't look at the whole thing. So make a plan to work your plan. And once you do that, you'll come up. If you make a decent plan and you work it, you will be successful at the end. And that's the way it works. Make a plan, work a plan. And don't rely on other people to do everything for you. Figure it out yourself. The way you have common sense, something breaks, hey, go to YouTube or Google it. They'll tell you how to do things. Hey, and when you get in there and get involved fixing things, people out there like me, I'm telling you how to fish. There's people out there tell you how to fix everything. Well, go and figure it out on your own. Once you start doing that, hey, you stop relying on everybody else. Don't be the person out there that's got to call somebody to fix something. If a breaker trips in your house, you got to call a daggone, say your air conditioner, your heat pump trips out. You ain't got no heat all of a sudden. What do? 9 out of 10 people, a lot of them, I say 50-50. I'll go call a heat and air conditioning man. What Old Fisherman do? First thing he gives a thinking, well, wonder what happened. You try to figure it out. You go to your panel. You make sure the breaker didn't trip that says AC. Uh, I got a call this morning from my youngest, well, a text from my youngest son now. And he's not mechanically inclined like my oldest son. He works in an office, but they didn't have no heat. I said, you go check your panel? No, we checked the filters and they were dirty. I said, go check the panel, see if the breaker's tripped. So he's already going to work. I left his girlfriend. I told him, I said, check the panel. Come to find out, the doggone breaker was tripped. They'd have called somebody to come out there and reset a breaker. It cost them $70 for somebody to do something 1 minute. But now it could be a reason that it tripped. It might have more problems, but it got it running it back. It cranked the heat back up this morning when it's cold. So you got to start figuring things out on your own. Don't be the one that's got to always call somebody to do it for you. Try to figure it out on your own. And by doing that, you increase your common sense knowledge. And by increasing your common sense knowledge will save you a bundle of money if you can fix things on your own. If you do it right. Now, that's an old catfish, I think, or a big old perch. I don't know what we got there. I think that's another cat. Catfish out here today. I done caught several. You ain't got to worry about Looney taking the catfish off the hook. He'll see it's catfish and he won't touch it. He'll swim. He's scared of catfish. He's scared of catfish. Huh? He's scared of a catfish. Looney, I know you don't want a part of this one. Hey, them old blues out there, guess what? I got him on wing spoon. Oh, I can't lift it. I'm going to have to dip it. I can't lift it. This old rod ain't that heavy. That's an old blue cat. Got him on wing spoon too. That's what I had a while ago. That was a big one. It was a blue. Them blues are out there. I see the hooks. They all over the place out there. Boy, I bet if you had some dead shad out there cutting bait, you'd tear them up. That's what I'm thinking. You tear them up, buddy. We tear them up. See that old blue cat? We got several in the box. Well, I got a big one in there, but we got several in the box. We're gonna throw back out and see if we can catch another one. Lake Monticello, loving life and talking trash. That's what we're doing today. And old Looney is swimming from one side of my boat to the other. What? We got a box full of fish. I got to go to McClemens, getting time for me to go home. Get a little breeze now. The fish might start picking up a little bit this afternoon. They really haven't done nothing. I mean, I caught a lot of fish, but they've been slow, and they've really been tough today. I mean, bundles of fish, but not a lot of jumbo magnums. Well, we're catching a few now, a few catfish and a few magnums. I tried the crappie nibbles earlier. I ain't tried them lately. Actually, I believe I've caught more fish today on spoon than I have the slider jig. All the catfish has been on the spoon. Every one of them. I see catfish hooks all in there. There's a bunch of catfish out there. I tried the You Got to Love It jig, the gut shrimp, ain't none of that work. They really ain't wanting the jig right today for some reason. I don't know what it is. I've been on fish all day. And you'll get one to bite ever so often. You got to pull the boat in a circle. Want to take it. They want it in a circle. They want it slinging. They just ain't really feeding today. I think they fed hard yesterday is what I think. The water's dropping pretty fast today too. So that might have something. And it got real cold last night. I'm telling you, I think we're better off if we don't get in no low 20s. We get in low 20s, fish start tapering off. If it stays up in the close to freezing in 30s, it seems like they start biting better. The water temperature today is 50 degrees. Well, the other day when I was tearing them up, it was 53, so the water temperature dropped 3 degrees because of that cold snap last night. And that has made a difference on the fish today. The big fish, anyhow. The big magnum perch ain't really wanting to bite today. They down there too. I see fish. I see hooks all over that bottom. I think most of them catfish right there. That's what I think. Every so often, old catfish will take that spoon. That's what they do. They bumping it. Every so often, that old big catfish grab that spoon, thinks it's a daggone shad. You might could have some stink bait catfish out there on a regular old catfish rod and catch them doggone catfish. But I think they really hit the shad, what they hit. Most of them. They slow. They are slow. Ain't no doubt about it. They slow. Fish out there, but they slow. They don't want to bite. There you go. You get a bite ever so often. They're not killing. There you go. Get up. There you go. They're just not killing it. It's just got to work them, take your time, and catch them, and all of them not big. You just got to weed them out. That's what we've been doing all day. I've caught tons of little ones. And that right there is probably a keeper. He ain't a super dog, but he's a keeper. And hey, we're gonna keep that. Caught him on wing spoon though. I'm telling you, they hitting wing spoon. They hitting real good. Lake Monticello, loving life, beautiful day. Let me tell you, it's a beautiful day out here. A good day to be alive. And remember what I said, go stay in contact with your parents if they're still living. Because let me tell you, blink of an eye, they can be gone. And then you're going to have regrets that you didn't do what you ought to have done. You know in your heart whether you're doing right or not. Hey, you don't need me to tell you that. So follow your heart. If it tells you you're doing the wrong thing, you're doing the wrong thing. I follow my heart fishing. Hey, that little mind, that little voice I got in my soul tells me what to do, and I listen to it. I know all of y'all feel like something's trying to tell you something. Well, that's your inner soul talking to you. Hey, and you better act on it most of the time. If it's something good, I ain't gonna say act on something bad now. But hey, act on something good. So there's a reason you hearing them voices or you got that notion. It's a reason. What I'm telling you. And there is another Monticello white perch. He ain't no monster, but he's a nice one. And you got to love a nice one. And Looney wants it. That's a real nice one. Hey, that's a super dog magnum. What that is. And what I catch them on? Wing spoon. They like him wing spoon now. Now Looney just went after my plug. Thank God he didn't get it. See the bubbles coming up? That's Looney chasing my plug. Thanks to all of my fans, and again, thanks to Danny Hendricks for buying 2 t-shirts yesterday, come all the way from upstate South Carolina, and drove a long ways just to see where I live. And appreciate it. Him and his wife, appreciate that again, Danny. Danny Hendricks. And thanks to Wayne for giving me these doggone spoons again. I'm telling you, I'm loving these spoons, Wayne. I'm loving them. There's another jumbo magnum, and you got to love it. The Old Fisherman is catching some now. Hey, and they're bigger. Earlier, all you could catch were little babies. Now the big ones are starting to bite. It's funny how that works. The little ones move out and the big ones move in, and you got to love that. Huh? You got to love it. Looney just swatted at my plug again. He's sooner or later, he is gonna mess up. I ain't thrown him a fish lately, and they done gone haywire. I fed them plenty earlier, but apparently they done digested all of them. I reckon, I don't know. Them jokers, how in the world they can eat so many fish is beyond me. Now, these fish are starting to bite a little bit now, people. Hey, look at that. We got another. Hey, we got another one. Jumbo magnum, Lake Monticello, loving life is what we're doing. Beautiful day, sun glistening. Hey, loving life. He ain't no super dog magnum, but I ain't giving him to Looney. Looney, I lie. Go ahead, Looney. Oh, God. Yeah. Now they're fighting for him. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Fighting. Heck, go. Them doggone Looney. You boys got to quit fighting. Doggone you. Okay. Let me see. Drop it to the bottom where the big boys lie. You got to love it. You got to love a lone activity and a big boy bite. That's what I'm telling you. All this action around me. Hey, I had two fans today that's over here that behind me, and they come all the way. I really haven't talked to them. They stopped me on the water coming out this morning and wanted to tell me how they liked my show. Well, they out here, and I tried to put them on some fish, and they've been all around me all day. I don't know if they caught any or not, but I think I see them cruising up to me, and we probably going to have to cut this video because they're coming on up. They're probably ready to go home. But I hope they've caught a couple. I don't even know where they're from or what their name is. Before I go home, I'm gonna go by and talk with them a little bit. I reckon if they don't leave before I do, it's about time for me to go. And but thanks to all you fans. Hey, they apparently didn't know how they hit the GPS to get to Lake Monticello, so they didn't know how to get here. So this is their first trip, and I did see them pulling in a few fish. So I seen them throwing some to Loney. So I'm sure they caught some, but hey, it ain't been a real great day, but it's been an average day. I caught an awful lot of fish and still getting bites, but a lot of them small. But we got some super dog magnums, and I made 3 videos, but the other 2 was probably too windy. It was so bad. It was worse this morning than it was yesterday. It was blowing from a different angle, blowing all the way down the lake, and it was blowing in here really hard. And I got soaking wet coming here this morning. It was cold in the low 20s, water splashing on me. I couldn't hardly stand it. I almost turned around and went home. And Old Fisherman's tough now, but I almost turned around and went home today because it was so bad. But hey, we caught a lot of fish, and we got more than I want to clean. I've got a bucket. I guarantee you I got a 5-gallon bucket full, and I've caught another 5-gallon bucket full and 2 back. So, but hey, loving life, doing what we love, and let me tell you, all you people out there, you better enjoy your life while you can. Don't let it slip away without enjoying every moment. Man, take it in. Take all the sceneries in. I keep saying it. I know y'all tired of me saying that. But don't bypass nothing special. Slow down, smell the roses, and do what you're supposed to do with your mom and daddy and take care of them, help them out, and you'll be proud of yourself at the end, and you can hold your head high when it's the last days of their life and say, you know what? I done my best. Respect my mom and daddy. And hey, if you don't, it's gonna bother you later. So, Old Fisherman's give you some advice. I want to catch one more. I gotta let y'all go. Hey, this thing's getting long, and we got to go. It's time for me to go home. My little schnauzers, bless their hearts, is ready to go out, and they're gonna give me so much puppy love when I get home. That's another thing I do love, is my little pet schnauzers. They give me more puppy love. It's like they can't wait till I get home. What? You can't beat that. That's special, people. Don't take that for granted either, because them little babies don't live long, and I still say it's wrong. You got a parrot live 30, 40, 50 years or more, but a puppy don't live. But hey, if you get 13, 15 years old, that's pretty good bit for a puppy. And man, that's the only thing I hate about having pets, is they don't live long enough. And I do hate the day when they go down. I've had to put a couple down, and that's the worst part of my life. I hate that. I'm very sentimental anymore when it comes to an animal. I used to be one of the biggest deer hunters around, but I tell you right now, I probably shot my last deer because I don't even think about it no more. I guess as the old age you get older, you start feeling different about things. And hey, I know that you deer hunters ain't want to hear that, but it's the truth. You might not get in that stage of your life till you get old. You start thinking about things that you done when you was young that you didn't even think about doing. So you start thinking about things like that differently. Instead of thinking about how big a rack he's got, you start thinking about, golly, that wasn't good. But that's the way life is, you know. And I guess I shouldn't feel like that. Because I was a big hunter now when it comes to deer hunting, turkey hunting, squirrel hunting, rabbit hunting. I still rabbit hunt a little bit, but it ain't the same. But fishing, I reckon when I get sentimental over these fish I'm throwing in the drum, it'll be all over. So, yeah. Anyhow, we harvest it and feed. That's all we do. Harvest it and feed. I look at it like that. Harvesting these fish to feed a family. And I do that. But hey, they done quit again. You know why? Because I ain't beat the boat lately. Them suckers, you got to stir them up every 30 minutes or less. You don't stir them up, they'll leave you. They'll get uninterested. You got to stir them up. Well, we got to go. Huh? We got to go. We ain't catching no fish. We talking, but we got to go. And hope this video goes up. You never know. I have a lot of them that don't never make it to the publisher. It don't make it to YouTube. I've got probably 100 stored on my computer that I probably never put up, extras, because I like to keep it a daily event. Once in a while I'll slip an old one in. And my wife does not like to put but one up a night. There's some nights I want her to put up 2 or 3. That finally got another bite. Hey, he ain't no whopper. Another one of them doggone small ones. But we got plenty of small ones today. That ain't too bad. He's running from Looney. Might be running from Looney. Running from Looney. Looney's after him. That's why he's running. But guess what? I got him a wing spoon. Wing doggone spoon, people. Looney, don't you mess with my jig. Wing spoon. Drop it one more time. And see what we can do before we go to the house to clean fish. That's my routine. Every day I get home, I go take my dogs out and I go down to the fish cleaning table and we go to cleaning. And hey, that ain't easy to do every day in the cold weather. And it's pretty chilly. It's probably in low 50s out here now. It ain't bad, but it's real cold this morning. We got sunshine, a little breeze. And the fish are bumping it, but they ain't eating it up. Come in tomorrow and you might catch all big ones. Today, we caught a lot of little ones. A lot of little ones. I mean a lot of little ones. And there's another one. There's another one. A doggone white perch, and there must be 100 million little ones on the bottom. That's all I can say. 100 million. And Looney's gonna eat at least 1 million. Ain't you, Looney? Oh, Looney almost caught that in the air. He was looking up like he was gonna catch it like a dog throwing a bone. That doggone Looney. You got to love a loon. Especially a pet loon. And I got some pet loons, people. They love the Old Fisherman. I believe if them loons had a computer, they'd subscribe to the Old Fisherman. That's what I believe. Look at that. There's another Monticello white perch, and you have got to love it. I'm gonna let y'all go with this one. We done this film's getting too long. I'm glad y'all could be with me today on Lake Monticello, and we didn't catch a lot of jumbo magnums, but we got some. And hey, you got to love that. Caught a couple nice catfish. What? You got to love that. Hey, I'll show you that old big blue I caught earlier. One more time before I go. One more time. We're gonna hold this baby up if I can. If I can. He's still swimming good. Hey, look at that. Huh? Look at that. Jumbo Magnum blue cat. You got to love it. We done went way too long. 48 minutes. We got to go. See ya.